Thank you. That was a fantastic overview of the two studies that you're undertaking at this time at Northumbria University in the UK. You've mentioned some of the metrics that you're measuring in the studies, as well as how you're using the dorsaVi technology. Are there any more metrics or insights that you'd like to speak to that you're specifically looking at with dorsaVi that we haven't talked to so far?
Yeah, so some of the things that we pick up on. So as I said, traditionally I've used a lot of wearable technologies to look at walking gait patterns, and running gait basically has very similar metrics, obviously, because we're looking at similar type of things, and we can get a lot of that out of the dorsaVi metrics, and particularly for our head injury cohort, things like asymmetrical foot strike patterns, as well as accelerations of the tibia, those sorts of things. And ground contact time tends to be one of the biggest, most used metrics across a lot of these running wearable sensors anyway. So those are our three key metrics that we're looking at. We really do want to kind of get into essentially look at all of the metrics, because even though we have some key metrics that a lot of the sensors use across the board for different wearable technologies, we want to be able to look at all of the metrics that the system provides us with, because it does provide a range of different outcomes, and we want to see if we can map those to discrete underlying problems. So we're going to associate a lot of the metrics that we get with some of our cognitive function, our sensory function, as well as some other areas of mobility. So do balance issues kind of relate to some of the running assessments that we kind of get, running issues that we might see. So largely, I would say those are our three kind of target ones for the study, but the whole range of metrics that are provided by dorsaVi, which I believe I've got on the next slide, will be looked at and assessed by a lot of our students anyway.
Excellent. Thank you. Let's go through some of these metrics or the things that you're looking at in this study as well. Thank you, Sam. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, because as I say, I mean, the metrics are really useful for us to look at, because wearable sensors can provide a vast array of metrics, and because they're sensor signals, and we can develop a lot of things to look at that. Largely though, for us, it's trying to see whether those key metrics kind of pull back up to kind of their normative level within that kind of 2-week period, or if there are deficits compared to baseline, because we would expect that things like ground contact time and peak accelerations might be related themselves, but within the measures. But largely we are looking at those key metrics just because we know that various other sensors can pick those up. And we'll start with there and branch up a little bit, because this is one of the first studies particularly to use running gait assessment as an assessment tool for sports-related concussion.